Hello, this is the next step after we've received a phone call that a condo had gotten some water damage from the unit above it. So far, we have the owner of the property up above had gotten a restoration company out there. We have already taken care of what happened in the last video on the step one of what to do. The step two is we now have cleanup that has been and or being performed in the unit, right after the fact. Now, this particular instance was not an owner fault. The owner is obligated to habitability, but not always comfort for our tenants. So, does the owner have to pay for a hotel room in this situation? Well, first of all, we caught the issue right away. We have mitigated it. The tenant is probably really upset that their bed is wet. Their mattresses may be wet from the flood. Their home is in shambles now. The carpet padding has been ripped out. The carpet is down. It's drying. They don't have use of that room or multiple rooms in some cases. So, should they get a hotel room? Well, that's going to be up to them. And especially, one other thing I'd like to point out is that the blower and the dehumidifiers are expensive. I mean, I'm not expensive, but they're noisy. And what I was thinking of when I said expensive, their electric bill is going to go up because these things are running 24/7 until it gets fixed. Well, who pays for that? Well, these are things that we have to just take in stride and remember that the most important thing is that we want to stay cool and calm, communicate with the tenants, let them know that you're there. That's the most important thing. I mean, we can't make every decision, but we can make sure that we are understanding about the situation. And that, of course, yes, we work for the owner, but we also care about our residents. And I, what I told the people in this situation is I said, look, you have renter's insurance as well. Every policy is different, every situation is different. I can't say whether or not somebody's policy is going to cover one thing or another. If they really need a hotel room, well, they should go get one. Keep the receipts, and then I will submit the receipts um, to whatever insurance company we're working with at this point. Like, for instance, right now in this particular flooding situation in a condo complex, I'm going to be working with either or both the owner's unit above them, their insurance company, and or the homeowner association's insurance company. And if it's the fault of the owner, if the plumbing is within their unit and it was something that their insurance covers, we'll be working with them. And in this case, it wasn't anything to do with the tenant at all. But if the tenant had caused this for some reason, well, then we would be working with their insurance. So right now, it's not our job to understand every aspect, to be the investigator, to be able to understand everybody's you know claims and or who's responsible. So just make sure they keep the receipts, and we try to get this as habitable as possible. Now, in this situation, it's not an uninhabitable home because they there's no danger. Now, if after 72 hours the water's been sitting there and there's microbial spores and black mold, they can't breathe that, well, that's going to be a habitable issue. And then at that point, the insurance will probably cover people's housing at that point. But again, I don't think that insurance is there to just, dole out the money just for people's comfort level. They're more interested in the safety aspect. So right now, you're going to be dealing with tenants that are going to be living. They're paying for this property and they can't use every aspect of it. But that's just some things just happen, and it's out of everybody's control. And it's just something we have to deal with and just try to be understanding with the tenants and let them know we're doing everything we can as fast as we can, and making sure that we are doing that and it is noted. And we need a paper trail. That's why it's so important to document every one of these. It's okay to follow up with phone calls, but keep emails on everything, because if it goes to court or if there's things that we need to submit to the insurance company, we can say, yes, we did. Here is all of the correspondence for the issue. So that is really, in a nutshell, how we are handling the tenants at this point. And the owners, they're just waiting. Of course, they want to help with whatever they can. However, it's not their claim with the insurance company, but we want to get the work done as soon as possible. Um, so, so if if they have the funds available, or at least a deposit towards the restoration company to start the work, well, we want to get that work started as soon as possible. I don't really want to wait for the check from the insurance company to be able to get this done. Um, so it's a balancing act, and there's no real perfect solution, or no situation is the same ever in this. So right now, in this situation, I've got the restoration company that's going to start the work. They are going to take a deposit from the owners. The owners have already said they're willing to put down a deposit, and then they'll be on the hook if the insurance company doesn't pay for this. But also the owner will have to make sure that this is done anyway, no matter whose fault it is. So we're just trying to keep peace amongst everybody and try to keep everybody as happy as possible in this situation. So I hope that shed a little bit of light on this. It's just, like I say, it's case by case. So I hope this has helped. Have a great day. Thanks for listening.